are witnessing a critical system error in modern historiography. This recent obsession with using artificial intelligence to decode history, the Vesuvius scrolls, the Nazca lines, it's not a triumph, it's a resource loop. We are watching a civilization desperately scavenge its own trash, mistaking data entropy for wisdom, because its entire economic model runs on the fumes of the past.
Wait, hold on. I have to stop you there. You're calling the recovery of lost human thought scavenging? We are talking about using AI as a kind of digital time machine. We are literally recovering Epicurean philosophy from charcoal, from Vesuvius. This isn't a loop, it's a resurrection.
My position is this. It is a high-resolution pareidolia generator. That is all. AI is a machine designed to project its training data onto noise. Just look at the so-called solution to the Voynich manuscript. The AI claims it's a Hebrew cipher. Why? Not because it is Hebrew, but because the model was trained to find language patterns where none exist. It's looking at clouds and seeing rabbits because it was only ever shown pictures of rabbits.
But that just ignores the profundity of what is being found. Even if there's some noise, the signal is undeniable. Take the Dead Sea Scrolls. The AI didn't just see rabbits, it identified the two different scribes wrote the Great Isaiah Scroll, mimicking each other's handwriting so perfectly that for 2,000 years, we all thought it was one person. That reveals something deep, a collective desire to erase the individual for the sake of the system. That is not a hallucination. That is a recovered truth about who we are.
It is a projection of meaning onto administrative debris. Let's look at this holy data you cling to, the AI translation of Mesopotamian cuneiform. You want it to be mystical secrets, lost rituals, but the reality, 90% of it is customer service complaints about the quality of copper and receipts for grain.
But that makes them more human.
It proves that history is just economic friction. There is no mystical narrative. We are burning megawatts of energy to translate ancient spreadsheets. And this brings me to the core economic driver here, the distinction between hardware and software. The physical ruins, the pyramids, the Colosseum, they are depreciated assets. They are static hardware. They no longer generate sufficient capital because, everyone's already seen them. You can't just depreciate the pyramids. They are timeless symbols of, they are stone. And in the attention economy, stone does not sell. Institutions are terrified of this silence, so they have to manufacture software updates. They use AI to hallucinate new interpretations. The Nazca lines are path markers, or the scrolls contain music theory. These are just downloadable content patches for reality, all to secure grant funding.
That is unbelievably cynical. The Nazca discovery was about finding hundreds of smaller figures that human eyes just missed. It suggests the lines weren't just for gods looking down, but for people walking on the earth. It completely changes the function of the site.
Does it? Or does it just change the marketing brochure? If we follow this logic, I predict that within 5 years, and this is to maintain the dopamine hits required by the attention economy, AI will be used to prove the pyramids could fly.
That's absurd.
Is it? The static stone is boring. The market demands kinetic engagement. If an AI is fed enough science fiction and told to analyze limestone erosion patterns, it will eventually output a probability that suggests anti-gravity. And because it keeps the tourists coming, the institutions will publish it.
You are just dismissing the tool because you dislike the outcome. Think of the AI as a local child. A child doesn't have the knowledge curse of an expert. They don't know a scroll is supposed to be unreadable. They just trace the patterns. AI sees what experts have been trained to ignore.
The AI is a child, yes. A child with infinite stamina who will trace patterns in the dirt until a scholar walks by, points at some random squiggle and says, yes, that looks like a letter. The scholar validates the delusion because they need the publication. It's a feedback loop. The child isn't finding truth, it is generating noise until the adult hears what they want to hear.
But that search for meaning is the entire point. Even if we are projecting, the fact that we are so desperate to understand our ancestors proves we care about where we came from. It proves humanity is constantly striving to bridge that gap of time.
No, it proves that humanity is bored. We are writing counterfeit checks to ourselves to manage our surplus energy.
We've solved most of the basic problems of survival, so now we invent mysteries in the mud to feel busy.
You cannot reduce all of culture to boredom.
I can, and the transition to a rational economy requires it. We must stop investing in these romantic, historical software updates. Excavating dead economic data receipts from Babylon, charcoal from Pompeii, is a total misallocation of resources. The only rational investment is in the maintenance of the current biological system. We need to accept that the past is corrupted data. Attempting to debug it is just a hobby for a civilization that has run out of future.
I refuse to believe that understanding our past is a waste of...
Belief is not required, only efficiency. And on that note, we are out of time. This has been The Debate.